R2 the motherfucking dog. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2, man. We back with another banger. You know what I mean? But first and foremost, I want to thank anybody that's been on checking the videos out in the comments. I want to say I appreciate y'all. Go down there if you haven't. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? It don't cost you $1. It don't cost you a thing. All it costs you is a little time, man. You know what I mean? To come parlay with your boy and you know, get through these good juicy stories that I got for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Hit that bell, you know what I mean, so you can get the notifications when I drop, every day when I drop a video. So yeah, we're gonna get right on into this one. Now, this is a story about how I caught my first dope case, man. It's a wild story. It's kind of unbelievable. Me at the time when I was going through it, it was blowing my mind. It was unbelievable to me because I didn't catch the case right out. You know what I'm saying? I caught the case on some dry bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Just some humbug stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's about, what year is this? I didn't catch my first felony, man, until I was 21. So I think it's 2009 at the time. I think it's 2009 or 2008. It's one of them. I'm living in Will Rogers Courts at the time, and I'm living with this, me and this chick. We living together. You know what I mean? I'm paying the bills, and she just, we kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And her name was Coco, man. Everything I ever, experienced with this girl was wicked. You know what I'm saying, man? If you know a girl named Coco, man, you probably got some crazy stories, man. But anyway, um, I'm dating this chick or whatever, I'm 21, I'm selling dope, I'm gang banging, and she at the time, I believe she was like a senior still in high school. I remember making her, go to school, trying to push her to finish to go to school, but she was already like 18. I think she had already been like held back once or twice. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to push her to, go back and get her, high school diploma because, I missed out on mine. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up getting a GED later on in the prison system or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I'm about 21, she 18, you know what I'm saying? And we living in Will Rogers Courts now. Anybody know that's from the Oklahoma City area know about Will Rogers Courts. This is the projects, the bricks, you know what I'm saying? It's a very high poverty area, you know what I'm saying? It's a low income area. Our rent wasn't nothing but $17, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just so crazy of how we end up out here is because, she had got approved for this apartment, right? But I was already living in my own apartment on the west side off Northwest 10th. Well, I was selling weed at the time. And, the security guards, man, they was on some bull, trying to catch me with weed and trying to push up on me. And they end up kicking me out the apartments. I really didn't have nowhere to go. So around that time, I was dating her. We was just starting to kick it or whatever. She was just so happy to say, hey, well, I got an apartment, it ain't got nothing in it, but, we can migrate that way. And that's what we did, you know what I mean? So that's how I made it to that area. You know what I'm saying? It was just convenient at the time, and it was just a blessing, from the Lord. I had another place to be, and for me, it was cool because I didn't know nothing about the area, but, it was a place to lay my head, so I was with it, you know what I'm saying? And the chick at the time, we was cool and all that, so we really just starting to kick it, and it was just, spur of the moment, and it just ended up happening like that, you know what I mean? So So yeah, we in Weird Rogers, of course. I get my auntie to give us a bed and got some furniture and all that. So we doing the thing, you know what I mean? So it's popping. So it didn't take me long to get adjusted to the area. You know what I mean? They was, crack was moving in this area. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know about Real Rogers Course, man? This mug don't sleep, man. When I tell you this trap spot don't sleep, this is the real projects, real alleyways, dudes chasing down smokers and, trying to, beat the next dude to a swerve and, spitting rocks out their mouth and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's full blown. I done jumped in the full swing. You know what I'm saying? So I got it cracking. I got the dope moving, I'm, selling dope, water, weed, whatever, what I'm saying? I'm getting it on, what I'm saying? So one day, me and her, we having an argument, you know what I'm saying? And and I'm wigging out on her for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? She just used to do little stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? She liked to drink that alcohol, man, and I'm not really an alcohol drinker, you know what I'm saying? And she just used to be, belligerent a lot of the time, drunk, just carrying on and all that, you know what I mean? So one day I'm like, man, I'm cool, I'm trying to get my stuff and get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? So I pack up all my stuff, my clothes, my shoes, my jewelry, my dope, my money, my gun, you know what I mean? I pack up all that, you know what I mean? And I put it in my trunk and I get gone, I'm fixed to go, you know what I'm saying? Well, in the mix of me getting all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? I end up I left my work in the house, you know what I'm saying? And I needed to go back in there and grab it, you know what I'm saying? And I can't leave without my work. It's probably like a half, you know what I'm saying? So I can't leave without my work. I got everything but my work. So I'm trying to, get back in the door. Every time I unlock it, she locking it. Every time I try to go to the back door, I'm trying to get in, she making it where I can't get in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come on, man. You know what I mean? I'm on one. I'm tripping. I'm belling. You know what I'm saying? Uh, People all outside in my business. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the window. I try to open the window. She slammed the window in my face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm beating on the window. I'm saying something. You stupid B. You know what I'm saying? Open the door. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo woo. Boom boom boom. I'm bamming on the window, and as I bam on the window, I ain't realizing how thin these windows are for one. Project homes, these project buildings, these windows ain't made out of nothing, and I'm bamming and I ain't realizing I'm bamming hard enough to break this window. So, the window shattered, so I snatched my arm back, you know what I'm saying? I'm still talking, I'm still on one, it's, open the door, woo, 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 you gonna let me get my dope, you gonna let me get my dope. I ain't leaving without my dope. So, I feel like something leaking, on my shoes. I felt something dripping on my shoes, but I hadn't looked down yet. So I looked down, and man, I'm talking about, you see the scar on my arm, you can see it right there. You know, I'm talking about, man, my arm was split open. I'm talking about you can see the white meat, the pink meat, you can see the bone. You know what I'm saying? What had happened was when the glass shattered, I snatched back so quick, and I'm adrenaline pumping, I'm talking noise, I'm, this, that, and the third, I done sliced my whole joint is sliced up, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm looking down, now I see all this blood. I panic, in a panic, I'm thinking, oh shoot, I'm about to die out here, you know what I mean? From a cut on some, I'm thinking I didn't hit an artery, as much blood as I'm seeing. It's open, it's breathing, I can see my pulse in my organ, my arm is my flesh, all that's exposed, you know what I'm saying? So immediately we stop arguing, we still arguing kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm cussing her out, but I tell her, grab the keys, man, jump in the whip, take me to the hospital right now. She's looking, she's hysterical, she's crying, but still talking noise at the same time. So she can barely drive. You dig what I'm saying? So she get me to the hospital. She get me to the hospital. Boom, we get up in there. They put me in a wheelchair, put me up in there. They taking me back immediately because I'm leaking all over the floor, all over. My shorts is full of blood. My shirt full of blood. Shoes ruined, full of blood. You know what I'm saying? I had on some black Spike Lee's. I had on some black Spike Lee's Jordans, the black all black, you know what I mean, Spike Lee joints, you know what I'm saying, with the different colors on them and all this. So yeah, they get me in a wheelchair, so take me to the back, get me ready to, because they're gonna have to stitch me up. Well, the lady, the first thing that the doctor asked me is when she seen me, she like, can you move your fingers? And by the grace of God, I was able to, still, move my fingers, because she said if it would have been a little, I mean, like centimeters deeper of a cut, laceration, if it would have been just a little bit deeper, my right hand would be paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be able to use my right hand right now. You know what I'm saying? And move my fingers and stuff like that. So thank God I didn't, you know, tripping with this really a nothing ass broad. You know what I mean? And you gonna understand why in a minute. You know what I mean? So yeah. So we get it understood that they got to give me stitches or whatever. So as I'm sitting in the hospital, they done gave me some medicine to numb me up. They done wrap me up, so I'm good. You know what I mean? I ain't really, I'm hurting, but I ain't hurting too bad, because they done hit me with some medicine, something to numb it. You know what I mean? So we sitting there in the hospital now. Now, mind you, all of my belongings are in my trunk. All of my belongings are in my trunk. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I got is in my trunk. My money, my guns, my I had a couple straps. I had a 9 and I had a Colt 45, a Colt 45 with a brown handle. Um, everything illegal. I got a little bundle of X pills that I just got from a young soldier in the apartments. He trying to get off, so I'm supporting his hustle, because I know a couple partners that pop beans here and there, so I grab a little bundle from him. You know what I mean? So I get that, and then yeah, so all my stuff is in the trunk. All my belongings is in my trunk, to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All my stuff is in my trunk, to my knowledge. So while we sitting in the hospital, um, she calls her cousin from the hospital phone. She calls her cousin and lets her know what's going on. Woo woo, he done cut his arm, blase, blase, we at the hospital, blase, blase. You know, I didn't think nothing of that, because her and her cousin was pretty tight. I didn't think nothing of that, you know what I'm saying? But later on, it made sense to me, you know what I'm saying? So, and then again, another thing, I'm looking for my phone the whole time. After I got situated in the hospital bed, I'm looking for my phone and I can't find it. I'm looking for my phone and I cannot find it, and I must have left it at home. But see, this is gonna play into the story. So I'm looking for my phone, can't find my phone. She made the phone call to her people, let her people know what was going on and where she was at. Boom, bam, boom. So unbeknownst to me, that was her way of letting her people know where she was at. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make sense in a minute. So all my stuff is in the trunk. So she say to me, hey, let me drive the car real quick. I want to go home and clean up. She had blood on her too, which was true. She wanted to go home and, freshen up, take a quick little shower, whatever, and then come back. I'm like, all right, bet, because I'm gonna probably be here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So she get in my car and she go back to the apartment, to the projects, you know what I'm saying, to the bricks. I'm not knowing none of this. So I knew she went to take a shower, but I didn't know she did none of this other stuff. So when she went home, she took all my stuff out of the trunk and put it back in the house. Now, part of her reason was doing that was like, that nigga ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? He finna stay. You know what I mean? After all this, he gonna need to get some rest. Woo woo. He ain't going nowhere. So on that benefit, I'm gonna give her for that. But it was some trickery in there too. So she took all my stuff, put it in the house. Everything that was of value, you know what I'm saying? My work, my guns, my money. I used to keep my money, wrapped up in a little baby wipe container. And I used to keep it, and I used to keep it under the bed. You know what I'm saying? So she got all my stuff, put it in the house. So when she comes and she leaves the house without locking the door, She left the house unlocked on purpose. So when she get back to the hospital, she acting like everything good. She didn't change clothes and everything like that. So by that time, they getting ready to discharge me. Woo, 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 woo. But it's dark by now. This happened in the daytime. It's dark by now because I've been at the hospital a few hours. They done stitched me up. They done med me up. They done, took my information so they could send me this outrageous bill. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have insurance at the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm getting ready to discharge. Blase, blase. They finna let me up out of here. So she get back. She's changed, showered, whatever. She acting normal. You know what I'm saying? She acting normal. I ain't sensed nothing that was off or nothing like that. So we get in the car and we push. Well, first we go to Walgreens, to drop off to get the script filled or whatever. So I'm like, well, I need to go get some cigarettes. So I'm letting her drive. I'm bandaged up. I'm playing the sick. I'm trying to relax. I'm probably off a lower tab or whatever. So we take the script to Walgreens. Boom, drop the script off. We just gonna go to the house. We'll get the pills tomorrow. Or we'll come right back and get the pills. I think we came right back and got the pills because the prescription was already put in. We just needed to go pick it up. That's what it was. So we went, got the prescription. So I'm like, before we go to the house, now we on the way home. Before we go to the house, stop right here and let's get some cigarettes. So no. We go straight to the Jets. We didn't get no cigarettes right then. We go straight to the Jets. So we pulling up. Now, when we put up in the alley, I see a bunch of cops. But that's normal in the Jets. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a Friday or Saturday night. So, that was their thing. They used to when they hit the bricks, they coming. And they going to get out on foot. And if you standing on the corner with something in your pocket, you probably finna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's why I used to come out real early in the morning, like 4 a.m, work the 4 to about 7 o'clock shift, because that's when they changing shifts. They ain't really running up on nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's dark now, and when we get to the, so I tell her, hey, let's just circle, let's go get some cigarettes and get them time. By the time we come back, they'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? So we go get some cigarettes. I go up in the store, give me some squares, you know what I mean? Come up out, and we push back to the Jets. So when we pull back up in the Jets, the Jakes is gone. I'm like, okay, they gone. So I'm driving now, so I back in and park my car, in my normal spot. So as soon as I jump out, she jump out. We in a Delta 88. We in a Delta 88, a Royal Brougham photo. You know what I'm saying? My dark color, blue, almost black. You know what I'm saying? That was my first car. You know what I'm saying? And that sucker was clean, all original. You know what I mean? My mama bought it for me. You know what I'm saying? My very first car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm backing that thing in, and it's no sooner than I put it in park, turn the key off, and jump out the car. Now my arm is wrapped up. I'm damn near in a cast. You know what I'm saying? I'm fresh out the hospital, discharge papers and all that. These discharge papers is supposed to save me from what's supposed to happen. So as soon as I jump out the whip, man, as soon as I get out, shut my door, and get ready to get my stuff out of my back seat to go on up in the crib, nigga, the police come from everywhere. They're like, get out, get out, get out. So I'm like, hey, hold on. What? Whoa. I'm like, hold on, man. What's going on? So they like, man, get out. We know you was in a hit and run. Woo, 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 woo. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. Hold on. I'm like, look, get them papers right there. You can see where I've been since 4 or 5 this evening. And now here it is, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm just now getting back from the hospital. Look at my arm. I got stitches. He tried to grab my arm. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, get off my arm, man. I've been having stitches. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but I got stitches in my arm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, a hit and run. What's going on? So my mind is going everywhere right now. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So he's like, we know you've been in a hit and run, blase. I'm like, no. I'm like, you're wrong. I'm like, look at these discharge papers. So out of nowhere, he pulls out my phone and he says, so this isn't you? And my dumb behind had pictures of me holding these same 2 guns. I was just dumb, man. Me and holding a bunch of money. I'm taking pictures with the guns. But this is my phone. He's like, so this ain't you on this phone? I'm like, man, I don't know what the hell you talking about. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you got that from, but that's not my phone. You didn't get that off my person. I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing it all the way to the floor. I don't know. But in my mind, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, man, I've been looking for my phone all day. How did he get my phone? I'm about to find out. Well, I ain't gonna find out till I get out of jail. But it should have made sense to me then. If I knew now what I knew, if I knew then what I knew now, it would have made sense to me then. So once they see my discharge papers, they basically quit talking about the hit and run. They thinking that I done been in a hit and run and that I done jumped out and got away from them and left these guns in the car. Now I'm like, what the feezy is going on? You know what I'm saying? So now they want to search the house. I'm like, what y'all want to search the house for? I can't give y'all permission to search the house. It ain't my house. It's in her name. It ain't my house. So I'm not giving y'all permission to search no house. No, you can't search the house. You know what I'm saying? So they want to search. They want to look. They look through all my car and stuff. But see, in an '88 Delta '88, it was old school. You can't pop that trunk. You can push the trunk button, but you can't pop that trunk if you ain't got that key turned forward. You know what I'm saying? So my key was already out of the ignition, so they couldn't get in the trunk. I'm thinking all of my stuff is in the trunk. I'm thinking I'm good. Even though I ain't letting them search this crib, I ain't said they can search this crib, but even if, you know, housing authority got the right to let the police in any of their apartments on their property. Even though housing authority could come let them in, I'm thinking I'm good. All my stuff is in the trunk, which it should have been because that's where I put it. Dope, money, pills, 2 guns, and some bread. All that should have been in my trunk because, like I said, I was leaving this broad. I wasn't supposed to stay here. I was gone. But see, this cut is what's got us still here because I had to go to the hospital. So he's showing me this phone, blowing my mind. I'm like, no, that's not me. So they put me back in a police car. They put me in the back of a police car. I'm trying to rack my brain. How in the heck is this even happening to me? So they go put her in a separate police car. So they got both of us in the police car. So they bring her over to me, and she's got these big old crocodile tears, and she's saying, and they open my door, and she gonna say, Red, you not gonna tell them that's your stuff in there? I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. Shut my door. If I'm going to jail, take me to jail. I don't know what y'all talking about. Because in my mind, I put all my stuff in the trunk. So whatever they found in there, that's not mine. Whatever they done found in there is not mine. But like I told you, she put all my stuff back in the house without my permission. You know, in her head, she thinking I ain't going nowhere. This nigga ain't going nowhere. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put this stuff back in the house. But it didn't make sense. I'm like, why would you put that stuff back in the house when I'm about to leave? But you swear that, you know, I ain't going nowhere or whatever. But you didn't tell me you put this stuff back in the house. So I ain't even thinking my stuff is in the house. So when they searching the house and they find some stuff, she gonna come talking about, Red, you ain't gonna tell them that's your stuff. I'm like, that ain't mine. I don't know what she talking about. So what she did was her calling her cousin to let her cousin know that we was at the hospital was green light to go back to the house, get him for everything he got. She sent her cousin sent her little brother to go break in my house, but I ain't knowing none of this. At the time, I didn't know none of this. I didn't find that out till I got out of jail because we both went to jail because I don't know what's going on. What's in that house? I don't know because I didn't put all my stuff, everything that was illegal that belonged to me was in my trunk, but she put it back in the house. And see, that's what she get because she was trying to be sneaky and go around me and put my stuff back in the house, even if she didn't have intentions to try to rob me or try to have her cousin come break in the house and rob us and take what I had. Even if she didn't plan for it to go like that, it's your fault because you called them and you let them know where we was at and that we wasn't at the house. So, and see, prior to this situation, that same cousin that she called came over to the house. And I always told her, when I'm counting money back here and handling my business, don't come in here. You keep your company in the front. And one day I was back there busting down. I'm counting a couple racks, you know, seeing what I got, messing with my work or whatever. And she walks her cousin to the back room. And I remember catching her eye as soon as the door opened up, it was zoomed straight on the money. You know what I'm saying? But I caught that. And that's why I always told her, man, when you bring company over here, don't bring them back here in our personal space. You keep them in the living room. They ain't got no business back here in our room, and because folks be having their eyes on different stuff. So anyway, we both go to jail. So we both go to jail. Now, we both got the same charges. Possession of CDS, they found, this is what they found. They found some crack, they found 2 X pills, and they found my money. So what had happened was, old girl told her brother that we wasn't home to go over there because he knew where we lived. Because I used to mess with him. I used to, help him get on his feet. He used to come over to the house and chill with us. It's her little cousin. I'm gonna look out for you. I got it jugging out here. I'm getting it on. If you want to be a part of it, I'm gonna mess with you. Here, just take this. Come back when you get the bread. But see, he used to smoke that dip, and he wasn't that good of a hustler. So he'll go get his little money, make his 60, 80, $100, and go trick it off on water and a new outfit for the day. And he thinking he the one instead of bringing that 100 back. And now I give you some more, and you go make 200, 300 and come back with that. And now we can keep stacking. You know what I'm saying? But see, he wasn't a hustler. He was a bum. You know what I'm saying? But I used to mess with him on the strength of her. You hurt people, I'm a mess with you. You know what I'm saying? But see, so she sent her brother to the house to scramble through. So he went in there and picked and chose what he wanted to take. He took the 2 guns. He took the little weed that I had because I had bought some little weed from one of the little youngsters out here too. And boom, he took the weed and the guns. Well, he left the crack and the X pills and the money. I guess he didn't find the money. The money was tucked up under the bed. I guess I had left that in there from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So that might have been part of the reason why I was trying to get back in there so adamant. My dope and my money was still in there. But anyway, so he leaves the dope and the X pills and the money because he couldn't find that, and takes the guns and the weed. Well, my thing was, if you're gonna take it all, Negro. You know what I'm saying? Because now these people was up in my house and they and see what it was. He went in there, got the stuff, but see, this is where karma come in at. He went in there and took what he took, and no sooner than he came up out of our apartment, he gets into a wreck with the police. I guess they was coming in, he was coming out trying to move fast. He done bumped into them and had to do a high-speed chase and gets away. And he took my phone too. And because these was the new slide up phones. I bought me and her one. It was like, on the same plan type of stuff. And that's when they was, we had to slide up the whole keyboard. You know what I mean? So he stole my phone, the 2 guns, and the weed. Didn't even get out the apartments good. He bumps into the cops, literally jams up with them, and they have to chase him, but he gets away. He leave my phone in the car with the 2 guns and the weed. They thinking that I did it because they got my phone that he just stole out of my house. So I go to jail for all of this. And I don't find this out until I get out. Well, this was my first time catching a felony. So they OR bond me out. They send some little white people to talk to me and tell me that me and her is going to have to go to some classes and all this, blase, blase. They basically bond both of us out. And what I do, went right back to her looking for her. I'm like, damn, we both, I'm thinking that, don't worry about it. It's going to be straight. We're going to get this up off of us. You know what I'm saying? It's the first case for both of us. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give us some probation. It ain't going to be nothing. Well, the first night that I was out, I went to find her. I went to be with her. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I find out. So we go to a mutual friend of ours that lived in the old apartments that I done already got put out of. But we go back to them apartments. That's where we met. You know what I'm saying? So we go back to them apartments. The homegirl like, man, y'all come over here and chill. So we go over there and chill. So we laying up, and I got her on top of me, and I'm just, I'm letting it all sink in or whatever. I ain't thinking nothing. Yeah, they had, her name was on my paperwork. She told them what was in the house, but she told them way more. She told them that it was guns and all kind of stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she was on my paperwork, but I wasn't tripping. I'm like, I expected that from you. I ain't tripping. But she couldn't even hold it in because when she was sitting on top of me, laying on top of me, and I'm, talking to her, whatever, talking, whatever, she couldn't even hold it in. She starts crying. I'm like, what you crying for? She like, man, I got something to tell you. I'm like, what? She like, I know who broke in our house. I'm like, I didn't even know nobody broke in our house. What are you talking about? She like, yeah, man. Wooty Whoop went to the house and, he stole the stuff and then he got into it with the cops and then he ran away from the cops and got away. That's how they got your phone. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, so you took my stuff out the trunk and put it in the house. In my head, I'm like, I'm just trying to get all this together. And I'm like, damn. And still to this day, I be thinking about that situation. I'm like, she set it up the whole time. She called her cousin. Her cousin sent her brother, knowing that we was at the hospital. She went to the house to put my stuff back in the house so he could come get it. She's a cold piece of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got a felony charge behind it. You know what I'm saying? From a little dude that I tried to help. Every time I ever bumped into this little dude, man, I messed with him, tried to put him on his feet, tried to give him some money, tried to, you know what I mean? And that's crazy how a broad to do you, you know what I'm saying? And that ain't the first time, and that wouldn't be the last time she did some weird stuff, man. Because even after she did all that, I still stayed down and messed with her, man, because I cared for the girl. You know what I mean? Even after she did all that weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't really nothing to me. I'm a gangster, you know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for listening, man. Make sure y'all go hit that like and subscribe button, man. And I will be back tomorrow with another banger, man. That's for sure. You can bet that. You can take it to the bank and cash it, man. You know what I'm saying? But until then, man, y'all stay safe, keep it 100, and y'all be cool, man. I'm gone. Peace. R2 the motherfucking dog.